a man from South Florida, sentenced to 50 years in prison for defrauding Medicare of tens of millions of dollars, was among more than 24 individuals granted clemency by President Donald Trump this week. Lawrence Duran, formerly a co-owner of American Therapeutic Corporation, a Miami-based company that operated 7 healthcare clinics between South Florida and Orlando, pleaded guilty in May 2011 to multiple felonies, including defrauding Medicare, healthcare fraud, and money laundering. In September 2016, Duran, now 63 years old, received the longest prison sentence in history for Medicare fraud. President Trump commuted Duran's sentence on Wednesday. Duran and his girlfriend, Marianella Valera, who co-owned the company and worked as one of its therapists, filed 866,000 false claims with Medicare, receiving over $87 million from their fraudulent scheme, according to court records. Their case was part of a larger investigation involving 22 other defendants, including senior company employees, psychiatrists, and patient recruiters. The entire scheme involved $200 million in false billings and was the largest Medicare therapy fraud in the nation's history at that time. Valera, now 54 years old, was initially sentenced to 35 years in prison. Her sentence was later reduced to 15 years, and she was released from custody in March 2020, according to Federal Bureau of Prison Records. The fraud involved billing Medicare for group mental health sessions that were either unnecessary or not provided to patients. Federal prosecutors stated that the patients at the clinics were incapable of feeding themselves, unable to use the bathroom independently, and lacked the mental capacity to respond to counseling. This meant they likely weren't eligible for the treatment for which the company billed Medicare. Duran is the second defendant in this case to be granted clemency by Trump. In 2020, during his first term, Trump commuted the 35-year sentence of Judith Negron. A jury convicted her on 24 counts of conspiracy, fraud, paying kickbacks, and money laundering in collaboration with Duran and Valera in August 2011. Negron, now 54 years old, was vice president of a subsidiary of American Therapeutic Corporation called MedLink Professional Management Group. Federal prosecutors said it was established solely to launder $83 million in Medicare payments to Duran, Valera, employees, and others who participated in the scheme for over a decade. Duran and Valera lived in a Miami Bayfront condominium and drove a luxury car.